Cancer. It's a devastating diagnosis for anyone. But when a child has cancer, it's heartbreaking.
Danielle had been complaining about some hip pain, and intermittently, on and off for one day and then not for a couple of days, and just assumed it was growing pains. She was 11, and it just unfolded from there. It was getting better, and then it didn't get better. And it seemed odd. So then we discovered a mass on her hip.
Danielle was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. She and her family are in the fight of their lives.
It's very devastating, even just all the testing that she had to go through for the diagnosis, and watching her. It was a very aggressive tumor, and just watching her going downhill while we're waiting for results because we can't start treatment. It was, very difficult.
There is good news for the hundreds of thousands of children diagnosed with pediatric cancer worldwide each year. More children than ever are beating it. Yet there is still a long way to go. Cancer kills more children in North America than any other disease, and children continue to die every day.
The leading cause of death from disease in childhood is cancer. So it's the most important life-threatening situation from disease that affects children. So understanding the disease is essential to treating and curing it. About 1 in 400 or 500 graduates from high school are survivors of childhood cancer. That's a substantial population. We need to understand what goes on with them. We need to study that. We need to prevent the preventable things, and we need to learn from their side effects so that we don't visit the same side effects upon the children who we're treating now. So the whole idea of research is to cure the children now, make the cures better, and cure children who are not yet born.
This life-saving research is often funded by regular people who are inspired to donate their money, their time, and their hearts to this important cause. And sometimes they give their hair. The St. Baldrick's Foundation is the world's largest volunteer-driven fundraising event for childhood cancer research. All year round, men, women, and children throughout the country shave their heads in a show of solidarity for children battling cancer. Sponsored by friends, co-workers, and family members, these passionate people have raised more than $60 million toward finding a cure for pediatric cancer.
The mission of the St. Baldrick's Foundation is to raise awareness and funds so that we can cure childhood cancer. It's that simple.
The St. Baldrick's Foundation is helping fund new types of research, such as targeted therapeutics, where researchers are able to target the cancer cells and not the healthy cells around them. This leaves the child with a much better quality of life during and after treatment.
Sometimes lively, sometimes tearful, always inspiring, no other childhood cancer research fundraiser draws more joy, laughter, and emotion than St. Baldrick's. By combining integrity, efficiency, transparency, a pioneering spirit, and of course fun, St. Baldrick's is a unique way for those who don't have cancer to stand in solidarity with those who do.
The most significant part of the St. Baldrick's head shaving experience to me is being in solidarity with kids that have cancer, because when they get their drug therapy, they lose their hair and they probably feel different, and we think it's a good way to show our support for them while raising money to help fight cancer.
My hope for Danielle's future is for a full recovery, so she can live a normal life. Immediately, I would love her to walk and be able to run again. I'd love for her to have a family that she can raise and love, just like we do her and her brother and sister. Be able to go to college and live a full life.
It's just making me feel more better and knowing that people are praying for me.
The story of St. Baldrick's began with a challenge between 3 friends in 1999.
It goes back to over 10 years ago when John, Enda, and I were playing a game of golf. We came back to my house, sat on the deck, having a few lemonades, as most Irish people do, and we said, life's pretty good. We should do something to give back to society.
And it turned out when we started talking about it, each of us knew a kid growing up that had cancer. Luckily, it wasn't anyone from our families, but we knew somebody. So like Tim had said, we had a couple of heads of hair, and kids who get cancer, they lose their hair during treatment. So in solidarity with the kids, I challenged Enda to shave his head, and Enda not be one to lose. He said, well, I will if you will, and Tim egged us on a little bit further, and before we were done, we were getting 17 people on St. Patrick's Day to shave their head, and each person raising $1,000, so 17, 17, 17, and it kind of got away from that.
All net proceeds from St. Baldrick's fundraisers go directly to childhood cancer research. St. Baldrick's funds more than 200 children's hospitals and research institutions, working individually and together to find a cure.
The St. Baldrick's Foundation has been instrumental in funding research that is directed exclusively to the cure and prevention and mitigation of side effects of childhood cancer. They really understand the process in a way that a lot of grassroots organizations don't. And I think they serve as a model. They engage a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of heads out there, and they do it in a way where there are very few gigantic donors, but there are people who work very hard to set up the events, and they bring a lot of heads. And this whole idea of curing cancer one head at a time really makes sense.
Cancer doesn't take a break during a recession, and our kids continue to be diagnosed and continue to struggle for their lives. The St. Baldrick's community understands that, so we'll persevere as long as the kids need us.
We're one of the main funding organizations in the world providing funds for childhood cancer research, and we are very hopeful and very optimistic that we will reach our goal one day of no child needs to die from childhood cancer. People can help in many ways. They can shave their heads, they can volunteer, they can donate, they can organize an event, or simply just get the word out.
One of these days they're going to find a cure for cancer thanks to St. Baldrick's Foundation.
St. Baldrick's has impacted our life in several ways. When Jojo was diagnosed the second time, when he relapsed, we were given the opportunity to have a new protocol. And with people like St. Baldrick's who raise money for research, we get better and better medicines so that we can conquer cancer for children.
I think when these people go bald to be like other kids with cancer, I think it's pretty cool because kids with cancer need to know that it's okay to be bald.
St. Baldrick's is an extremely important cause because it raises funds for research to cure children's cancer. Without people that will go raise the money, you know, we won't get the best medicines and the best protocols so that we can cure it. No child should ever have to go through cancer. So St. Baldrick's ensures that we're going to find a cure one day.
The potential of the world is in the children. I mean, it's obvious. You're going to save a kid who's going to discover the cure for cancer, going to discover a new planet, is going to be an advocate for world peace. I mean, who knows what? And you can't let any of these children perish for lack of trying. And I think St. Baldrick's gets it 100%. So for me, it's just the fact that they get it is the most important thing. It makes it so easy to work with St. Baldrick's because they get it.
The future for St. Baldrick's is bright. We are going to stay in the shaving business until every child can be cured and can have a good quality of life after their treatment. We are growing fast, and more people are learning about us and getting on board with this cause every year. And we are determined to shave the way to a cure for childhood cancer.
Every shavee, donor, and sponsor of St. Baldrick's is a hero for kids with cancer, and every St. Baldrick's supporter helps to save a child's life. Join the brave volunteers who bring serious fun to a serious cause as we shave the way to conquer kids' cancer.